This is Jackie.
And this is Heather.
And
welcome to Millennial Mom Chatter, your go-to podcast for candid conversations and fresh perspectives.
We're just two millennial moms navigating life one hilarious audio message at a time. Join us for laughs, adventures, and real talk. All right, everyone. We are so excited to be back for another episode of Millennial Mom Chatter. Heather and I are super stoked to chat with you guys today and just catch up and see how everyone's doing. So how are you feeling today, Heather?
Good.
Yeah.
I just did my first TikTok shop TikTok shop video.
Oh, yeah.
We had some challenges, but Jackie helped me through it.
No, because TikTok's very strict when it comes to their commercial guidelines versus their like traditional, just creative guidelines. So it's like, I mean, they're really putting us through the ringer. Like honestly, like the guidelines
They're
are
making
so
us
strict.
work.
Yes. Like, and I get it. Like, it's great that they're as strict as they are, but at the same time, I'm just
Mhm.
like, you're really overcomplicating this. Like,
I know. It truly is a little bit of annoying. But I realized that the problem I was having was just actually I just needed to be patient and wait instead of whatever, like being impatient.
but we didn't know that.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We did know that. It's our first one. It's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm doing good. My dad is going home probably sometime in next couple days, so that's good, I guess. So
No, that's
hopefully I can
exciting
get
to like be able to visit with them at the house versus having to visit at the hospital.
yeah.
And it'll be easier
Yeah.
for the kids to see them, I'm sure, as well.
Yeah, and for them to get sleep, God willing, because I don't think they've gotten sleep in like way too long.
Oh gosh, yeah. No, sleeping in a hospital is definitely no fun for anyone,
Oh,
the
yeah.
patient or the visitor. Like,
Yeah. It's
so.
it's ironic because my mom like still is working. So she just got like because I was running home for her a lot to go like get work or I was going to sit with my dad so my mom could go home and get work. And then she just got a portable printer at the hospital. Like she bought one so that she wouldn't have to do that. And then she got it in like 2-3 days later. She's gonna go home.
Nice.
I'm like,
nice.
ironic,
Perfect
Mom.
timing. Yeah.
Now you just need
She
to return
tried.
it.
Yeah. The
So it's
intentions
fine.
were there.
How are you though? You look so fancy today.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I get dressed, believe it or not. Yeah. So I've been spending a lot of time trying to like go to the gym and be like really consistent with my workouts. So my goal is just to like get to the gym as often as possible during the week, especially while the kids are in school. So how I do that, this may be a tip for some people, is I literally put on the workout clothing and the tennis shoes right from the get-go in the morning. Cause then you have to. The hair's dirty. I haven't washed it yet. I'm in my leggings already. Like I'm not going to waste this outfit by like not going to the gym. So I find that that's like how I motivate myself. So I'm showered and back into regular clothes. So I'm like, yeah, mom win. Like
For real. Good.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks cute. Is it getting
thank you.
cooler-ish up there?
No, it's still hot outside. So I'm probably going to be sweating in this. We'll see if I change clothes by the time school pickup rolls around.
I thought like maybe you're in a long sleeve, so we're feeling a little like
No,
cool. It's fine.
no, still sweaty season.
Well, I'm glad we're all doing good. It's good weather here, but here we go. Have another hurricane off the shore.
I know, it's
so
wild.
how we're gonna have however many days of rain
Gosh.
again. So annoyed. The past 3 or 4 days, it's been like sunny.
Yay.
And I've been absorbing it and loving it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I told Alvaro, I was like, oh, I think we're like hitting that point. Like we're making a turn. And then like you look at the next like week and it's literally just like storm and every day. And you're like,
well, it's just got to be because of that storm, right? Because they
yeah.
think it's slowly making its way towards Florida.
It's going to the Panhandle.
Yeah.
And then
But
Atlanta.
it's still going to bring the
actually.
rain for the whole East Coast, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll get rain next week. Like
the problem is they showed like the outer band feeds and it's so wide.
Yeah.
That like when you're getting rain, we're almost still getting rain from it. It's very
that's
weird.
how big this one is this time. Yeah, because I feel like Debbie took forever. Like it like slowly made its way up the coast. And then when we got rain, the rest of the US was finally clear.
Yeah.
So
look at you guys becoming familiar with storms.
For sure, since it was so mild for us while we were down in Florida.
I know. It still is mild. And we're just gonna like hope it stays mild because we haven't gotten one in 7 years.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Not even a tropical storm in 7 years.
Yeah.
It's wild. But all right, so this week we are going to dive into Gen Z lifestyle as a whole.
Who are the winners? Who's the more elite age group? Like
Oh, for sure, millennials
oh,
by
yeah.
far,
Yeah.
by far. Except there is, I'm not gonna lie. So the millennial Gen X people that are like borderline there, I feel like they're not doing too hot because they are the ones that have the teenagers right now that are Gen Zers, and they're rough.
Yeah.
Like,
Really having a hard time with parenting. Like
yeah. So maybe the top end of millennials not doing so hot, but I think that the millennials like Carolina's age group, all of them make like mad money and like are doing great in life. Like
no,
all
for
married,
real.
nobody divorced. They're making like 200 plus grand a year. They have kids and I'm just like, you guys really made it out pretty good.
But you know what I think is kind of interesting though is those people, like, who are making hella bank right now are the ones that
Mhm.
are then saying, like, "I can't afford life." And I'm like, because you're approaching life wrong. Like, I think you
Yeah.
think back to how our parents lived, they're the generation of couponing. They're the generation of, like, not going on a vacation unless there was cash in the bank account they could write a check for. So the fact that I
Yeah.
always hear, like, this kind of, like, the younger group right behind us, like, how they're always like, "Oh, but, like, I can't afford a house," but they make $200,000 a year, and I'm like, "Yes, you can." It's called a starter home or it's called
Mhm.
saving up. So I just find that, like, it's different to hear how they talk compared to how we were raised, and our parents
See,
did
I don't
much better
know.
with
I
money, like
all the people I'm talking about are great with money. In fact,
mm.
they have outdated houses that they own and they don't want to renovate them because they don't want to spend money that's
Oh, okay.
unnecessary.
I just feel like whenever I see stuff on social media where it's like, "Oh, I have $200,000, but I can't afford a home," and I'm like, "That's inaccurate." Like, I feel
Yeah,
like you're also, like, trying to buy outside of your means, which is, like,
that's the
lower your
problem.
expectations from, like, when my parents bought a house when me and my brother were little, like, super little. I feel like it was your standard three-bedroom house. It was a used home. It wasn't a
Mhm.
brand new. It wasn't outside
You
of their, like
slowly
yeah, like, their
renovated it or
mortgage was obtainable every month. They could
yeah.
pay for it, like so I just feel like we're just in a overconsumption, like, a keeping up with the Joneses, and I think that people are thinking that they deserve more than what a traditional person just starting out fresh out of college should
Mhm.
be like, you
Yeah.
don't need to go buy the Mercedes. You start with a Honda Civic with 100,000 miles on it, and you
Yep.
drive it until it falls down and falls apart, like, and then you, like, save up to get your payments for the Mercedes or whatever
Yeah.
when you get the job promotion.
Girl, I would still have my little tank if Alvaro let me. My first car was a gold 93 Toyota Camry, and I had no hubcaps because my brother decided. So I ended up taking on my brother's. So somebody gave the car to my brother, then I ended up buying it from my brother. And my brother, while he owned the car, he thought it'd be a great idea that there was no hubcaps so that the inside of the rims would be black.
Oh, wow.
So basically, I just had a really ghetto car.
Yes.
And there was no AC
Oh,
and
dang.
the windows didn't roll down. And I it had like this like alarm system that had to like use a clicker to open it because the key did not open my car door. So whenever the battery went out or for some reason my
Mm.
clicker stopped working, I would have to but my key opened the trunk. I would have to go and open the trunk and kick through the back seat
Oh,
and get inside.
geez. Oh,
And
wow.
then disable the alarm before I could drive the car. Yeah, I know. So anyways, I had my like call being humbled because I would be in parking lots like at Publix or something and have to literally go in my trunk in front of people
Yeah, see,
and kick
proof that
kick
we
in.
started from the bottom, now we're here. It's called, like, being like, living within your means, starting out at a reasonable moment of, like, where you're at
Yeah,
financially, and, like, not like, I don't need to go get the expensive car. Like, I like
no.
having money in my bank account. Like, I
Yeah,
don't wanna live paycheck
I
to paycheck with an outrageous car payment. And then what happens if I get fired? Now the car's getting repoed? Nope,
mhm,
not when I'm 19 years old. No, thank you. Like
yeah, yeah. I loved that car. I still would drive that car. I Alvaro hated it though, and he made me get rid of it because he was like, "You are not," because I was pregnant, still driving that car, and he was like, "You are not going to drive any more pregnant in this," and like have a car seat in the back with my child. And I was like, actually, this is a really safe car because Camrys back at like my car was like a tank. Like if I got hit, gosh, probably like a year before I got married, I got hit in the back and literally no damage. Like at like 50 miles per hour, not even lying. And they just fixed like a little bit of the bumper, but the actual car structure, nothing was wrong with it.
Yeah, because cars were built to, like, stand the
Yeah, it was
test
a
of time.
tank. And
Yeah.
I was like, actually it's a really safe car.
Yeah. No, but I get it though, because I think,
I
I
know.
drove my car for quite some time too, and then once we got pregnant and we realized it was time for a car seat, Tony was like, "It's time to upgrade." And I'm like, "I
So
get
he
it,
did the
it's
same
fine."
thing to
Yeah,
you?
yeah, like,
Oh,
because they
gosh.
just don't want us stranded on the side of the road with a newborn baby, so I get it. These husbands were
I
looking
know.
out for us, but at the same time, like, we still bought within our means. I didn't get a
Yeah.
Mercedes, like, we still were, like,
No.
a definitely, like, a cost-efficient vehicle that was going to
Yeah.
be reliable, so I'm just like, "Dang, like, what are these, like, Gen Zers doing?" Like when I see them driving nicer cars than us or like trying to get these like awesome houses, like
I
everything
know.
is name brand, but then they still show up looking like Raggedy Anns to
For
formal
real.
things. They show up to
Yeah,
church, they show up to job interviews just looking like they rolled out of bed. And I'm like, "What is this?"
I know. That's kind of what we wanted to talk about because it's so wild and interesting. We wanted to talk about this because we actually, per usual, we have our own chats outside of this. And this is why we started the podcast because we're always like, I wonder if, or what's the percentage of, we're always asking questions. So we were talking about how it kind of spiraled the conversation, but we were talking about how I had gone into a store and the employee was wearing like headphones, like not just AirPods. I don't like the AirPods either. Don't even get me started with that. Like people always having AirPods in their ears, but he was wearing like the what are they? Apple Pro, like now like
Yeah.
the headphones.
Yeah, over
And like he went like this. It was like, "Let me know if you need help." And I was like,
we would
"We
never be caught ever with
no,
any sort of
I would have
electronics on us when we were working our jobs as
no."
fresh
I'm
little
thinking like
19-year-olds, like
yeah, you're not like 17 or 18, like working at, like PacSun or imagine like, or even back in the day, like Hollister, Abercrombie, you weren't even allowed to carry your phone, let
no,
alone have headphones where you seem like you are not approachable.
no.
I just, okay, so there's a part of me, I like that things are getting lax in the sense, when I say lax, like I like that people can work from home. As long as they're efficient, I like that people can work from home. I don't mind if I hear like a random dog bark while I'm with customer service or like a random kid one time or something
Mhm.
because I'm like, good for you. You're a
Yeah.
mama, you're at home, you're hustling. As long as you are being efficient and helpful to me when I call you for like whatever I'm calling you for, great. I love that you're hustling. Cool. But things are just getting a little too lax, like on certain things. Where like I don't think you should be working at Old Navy, like popping AirPods in and not seeming approachable or like I can ask you a question. I just think it's so unprofessional. I understand like Old Navy is not professional, right? But you are doing a job. You're not there to like listen to music and chat with people.
No, you're there to represent a brand.
Yeah.
So and your customer service as well. So, like, if I'm looking to ask for a size and you have AirPods in, then I'm like, "Ooh, like, I can't approach this person? Like, are they not meant to, like, answer my question? Like, why are they here?" So I
Yeah.
find that that's kind of, like, how it's presented to me, like, from a customer perspective. I'm like, "Oh, these people are not meant to be approached. Like, you're
Right.
clearly, like, checked out, like, you're not here for me if you've got your AirPods in." Like, so I just feel like it changes the whole like what customer service is supposed to be compared to like what we had back in the day where it
Yeah.
was like you wouldn't even be caught dead alive with a phone in your back pocket. Like it needed to
No.
stay in the break
Or it
room.
ringing, you'd be like,
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm getting fired. Don't text me during working hours. Like
yeah, and now it's like, "Yeah, I'm just working with my AirPod," like, "Yeah, what did you need?"
yeah.
No, like, oh, I just I don't know, and now they're like we've talked about the pimple patches, like, cool. You wanna, like, go pick up your kid with a pimple patch or whatever, like, that's you. And why are we getting away from the, like, clear ones?
I know. I think that's like the thing that throws me the most off is seeing people in public places where
At
then they
work
have, yeah, at work with like
with a
the
star.
colorful ones. And I'm like, it to me is like, okay, like everyone gets zits. So it's not that, right? Like, don't cancel us. I'm not coming for the blemishes. Like, I get blemishes myself. But the nude colored, like the clear ones where it kind of like blends into your skin a little bit, like that's fine. Like, we're all here for
Mhm.
that. Like, take care of your face,
Yeah.
girlies. But I don't understand the like, what's behind the like flat like super bright colored stickers, like we're literally sticking stickers on our face for people to see, And I'm like, "What is that? Like, what are we
I don't
doing
know.
here?" Like,
And if I was like a boss, like you said you went to was it the gynecologist?
yeah, I was checking in for, like, a doctor's appointment, and the
Yeah.
front desk girl had but she had the clear ones.
Oh, okay.
She had
Not
a
too
clear one.
okay.
Yeah, so that's why
Not
I
too
was like,
bad.
"Oh, that's okay." Like, I was like,
Yeah.
I would do the same thing because I'm trying to, like, get rid of the zit, right? Like, it's the same thing as me piling on 5 pounds of concealer, like, it's gonna look the same. Like, it's gonna be, like, a layer where everyone knows what's underneath.
Yeah, a millennial's putting the clear one on and then putting the makeup
Mhm.
over it.
We certainly are. Like, how can I blend this in so you can't tell I have anything on my face? But I think for me, it's a little bit of unprofessionalism if we're gonna have that, like, neon blue sticker in the middle of my
Yeah,
face.
and you
Like,
see it and you're just like, "Why are they letting you do that?"
yeah,
Like, as a boss, I would be like, "No, sorry.
yeah,
I'm just not having it." But I don't know, it's just all things. It's just
yeah,
becoming more lax in general. Like, we've talked about, like, Crocs and socks, right? Like, are becoming like that's just their shoe. And it's like anywhere they go with sweatpants. And sweatpants, by the way, also is like the new. I feel like we had the tracksuits, right? But like
yeah.
people wore them with sneakers. They wore them like we tried to dress our tracksuits
Yes.
up.
Yeah, because they were, like, the limited 2, like, 3 the 3 zip ones where it's, like, shorts, capris, pants, but they were, like, cute because we had, like, a whole, like, outfit.
Well, but we tried to make it look like put together if
Yeah, it
we were trying
wasn't
to be
like,
comfy.
pajamas. Like, we weren't going
Yeah.
for, like, backwards. We were going, like, forward with, like, having an outfit. Like, it was a
Yeah.
whole ensemble, and you could go to the doctor, you could go to school and still be like, "Okay, she's dressed." Like, she's not here in
Yeah.
her PJs. Like, there
But
was no
even
confusing
then,
it.
we didn't push the bar. Like,
No.
we weren't going to, like, church or, like, to the club
No.
with it, you know? But
Mm-mm.
now, like, if you see a girl with, like, sweatpants and, like, sneakers in a club, it's, like, not weird anymore.
No,
Like
you've seen the images, right, where girls are, like, at the club and they show, like, the millennial and Gen Z, and millennials are there in, like, dresses and heels, and we're out there, like, working it with
the
our
wedge.
calf muscles, like, going off on fire, and then
Yeah.
like, pan over, and Gen Z is there in white tennis shoes and baggy jeans or, like, sweatpants, and I'm like,
Yep.
"What? Like, what is this?" Like, that is
I don't
not,
know.
like I mean, it's a cute outfit, like, I love some white sneakers and a baggy jean, but I'm like, "Not to the club." Like, we're dressed to impress folks. Like,
Yeah. And, like, it's just normal now. Like, I was like, when you put Crocs and socks on, you were going to do manhunt at Walmart at 1 in the morning. You know what I mean?
no,
Like,
I'm going to the
and
hospital to get surgery.
yeah,
That's the
and
only time you'll
people
ever catch me in Crocs. Like, I'm not wearing those as a cute shoe, they're
no.
ugly. Like,
And they're, like, going to, like, church and, like, going to work and, like, Crocs and socks with, like, sweatpants, and I'm just like, we've like, I'm okay with being a little more lax, right? It's
of
okay.
course, yeah.
Like, I think it was a little much that we were trying to do business casual at the club, you know? Like, it was a little
Yes. Our
much
peplum tops and the skirts and the heels and
with
the
with a
statement necklaces, like
yeah, with a pencil skirt,
yeah,
like,
yeah. We
golly,
were killing it, though.
with the massive necklace.
Yeah. No, all of it. I honestly think we were killing it. Like,
I
we
mean,
were
yeah.
so cute.
It definitely was like have you seen those, like, TikToks or reels that are like they talk about how, uh, millennials are like, "You know how long I coulda lasted in the club if I could wear sneakers?"
Yes. Yeah, and then the amount of barefoot walking we were doing to get home because we've been
Oh
in
my
heels for
god, yeah.
hours. So the fact that, like, tennis shoes, dang, we could be going all night. Like, catch
Yeah,
us
in
running through
Miami
the Taco Bell drive-through. Like,
yeah, in Miami, we got that pata sucia, which is like you've got dirty feet.
yeah. But it's like
And
the token, like, nightclub scene for a girl is, like,
oh, yeah,
black feet by the end of the night. Like,
yeah. And I don't know. I'm down for us like downgrading a little. Like, cool. You wear some cute sneakers with a dress. I'm here for it.
yeah.
Like, I love that. I love that we can like throw a bodysuit on and put a jean on and we're like dressed up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, of
I'm
course,
here
'cause
for
it's
it.
cute, yeah.
Yeah. But we're dropping the standards like a little too low now.
No, and we absolutely are. Like, think about it too. Back in the day, when you flew on an airplane, what was everyone wearing on an airplane? Like,
Mhm.
business casual clothing. You couldn't buy a plane ticket and board the clothes in your or board the flight in your PJs. That was like, like, "What is that person doing? Like,
Yeah,
what's
I
wrong with
remember
them?" Like,
yeah,
and
I
now we're
remember
rolling up to flights in our PJs, and it's
mhm.
like,
I'm
that's
kind of here
not
for
how
that though.
airlines used to be, though.
But I'm kind of here
I
for that.
No, and I get it. Like, if I'm doing an international flight, like, I don't really wanna be sitting there in, like, stiff jeans and a blouse. Like, I wanna get pretty comfortable because it's not fun sitting in that seat. But
Mhm.
at the same time, like I get it though, because I was on a standby flight from Sydney to Los Angeles, and I had when like an ex-pilot was basically like, if you want to get bumped up, you have to be rolling up like business casual. He's like I know that you're not like dressing like a slob and stuff, but he's like, if you want to, like, don't be rolling up in leggings and a hoodie. And sure enough, I rolled up with a blouse and like nice jeans and like ballet flats, and I got upgraded. And I was like, it 100% works, like, because they're not going
Mm.
to put like, I mean, now obviously, like we've got Spirit with $40 flights, so everyone's rolling up wearing PJs. Like
I
that
was
thing
gonna
doesn't
say, I feel
exist
like
anymore.
everyone kind of,
Yeah.
like, does roll up, and I see a lot of
Yeah.
casual people in,
But back in the day,
first class and
that
whatever, but
wasn't a
no.
thing though. Like my parents would even dress us up. They'd be like, "Jackie, put on your dress. Chris, put on your nice clothes. Like we're getting on a flight." Because like flying was a luxury back then. Like you
Yeah.
weren't showing up in your PJs. Like people
No.
would definitely be like, "Oh, what's wrong with them? Like they didn't have time to get dressed this morning. Like you couldn't get your kids' clothes on this morning before you
Yeah.
walked out the door." And then I'd also be curious to know what international people think of us too, because a lot of Europeans frown upon us walking around in our athleisure wear. Like they don't do that. They get dressed up to go pick up their kids from school and run errands. So I'm
I don't
just
know, I
like,
feel like it's
"Oh," like
infiltrating the whole world, to be
it is
honest.
slowly, but we are definitely the
Yeah.
first ones to be walking around in our PJs. The
Yeah.
Europeans don't walk around in their PJs. Like even like I
Yeah.
think of like my German family that comes to visit, they're getting dressed up every day when they wake up.
Yeah, but none of them
Like
are Gen Zs.
some of my cousins are.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. I think it's just like I'm here for in the middle on the
Yeah.
planes. Like because
Oh yeah,
I
nowadays, of course. Yeah.
I love like I can't say anything because I'm a person that I throw leggings on when I go on a plane and like a sweatshirt. Like that's me. Because it's always cold.
Oh yeah.
So I always bring like I always wear like a normal shirt, leggings, and then I bring like a sweater to put on in case I need. Because there's nothing worse than like once in a blue moon, you get the hot plane, like, once
Oh,
in a blue
yeah.
moon.
No, it's most often a cold plane for sure, because 'cause I'm the same way
Yeah,
with, like, having a nice little sweater or something to
yeah.
throw on.
So, I'm down for, like, sweatshirt, leggings, whatever, but, like, don't show up in your, like, SpongeBob pajama pants,
No, and then the people,
like,
like, taking their
that's a little
shoes
too
off and
much.
getting, like, super comfortable and, like, gross PJ vibes on the airplane. I'm just like, "Come on." Like, people paid money to sit here. Like, we're paying money to sit in this seat.
We
Like,
have to sit
pull it
next
together.
to
Yeah.
you.
All I want is for clean clothes. Like, it doesn't have to be, like, a fancy outfit,
Yeah.
but, like, I can just tell the standards have changed over the years
Oh,
compared
yeah.
to what we looked like. Going to
Oh,
church
yeah.
as a family, going out to eat, going on airplanes, we used to dress up. I would
Oh,
never be
yeah.
caught going to church in Crocs and sweatpants. Like,
I
dress.
know.
Dresses every
But,
day.
like, I'm kind of here for the also the casual church, not for like I said, same thing, not to the extreme. Like, still when I see, like, younger generation, like Gen Z and stuff show up to church in, like, shorts, I'm like, girls, I'm like, boys, totally fine. But girls showing up in their little shorts to church or, like, they were, like, mini skirt, I'm like, "No." That's a little too far for me. But so I am kind of traditional in that sense. Like you're not gonna like you would never catch me in shorts at church. Like never.
No, no.
Like
But you
that's
will wear
just
shorts to the beach, like, or will you know what I
of
mean? So, like, of
course
course, like,
anywhere,
yeah.
just not church.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I
I'm
don't know.
not
There's
doing
something I'm
that.
like that as well. Like, a little
Yeah.
bit trying to keep it I don't know. There's just something about church is a really good example of just, like, let's get back and just be wholesome. Like, let's just be
Yeah.
decent
But I
folks.
can't
Like
say anything because my kids wear Crocs to church.
but it's like the kids, though. Like and they're
I
also
know.
just, like,
It's
throwing
not
it to get out
me.
the door, right? Like
Yeah, well, it's them. It's not
yeah.
me. It's not like I'm like, go put your Crocs
Yeah.
on. They're like, can I please wear these? And I'm like, whatever,
Yeah, no,
okay.
you're, like, running out the
Um,
door, they grab them, and then it's like
yeah.
everyone's got shoes on their feet, so it's a good day, like
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
whatever, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even care. So my kids, I'm like, I'm one of those people. But
But,
I
like, if they
still
were
have
getting
standards.
baptized and going on stage, you'd probably put
Oh
them in
yeah.
shoes. Yeah, that's what I mean, so I
Yeah,
guess that's
of
different. Like,
course.
when they go to kids club at church, like, I feel like that's it's fine, like
Yeah.
but if we're like, "Oh, it's, your little sister's baptism today," like, we're not wearing Crocs. Go
Oh
put on your
no,
dress
no, no, no,
shoes,
no.
like
No.
like
Yeah. I just yeah, it's weird that things have gotten so lax. And where did it come from? Do you
Are
think
we
it stemmed
lazy?
from COVID? We
Oh,
gotta
yeah,
think back.
yeah, no, so, obviously, it had already been happening, right? Like, athleisure wear, right? That was already
Yeah.
happening before COVID. We were walking around in leggings, we were running errands in
Leggings
leggings.
wear the like daily uniform.
Yeah, because you even think back to, like, when we were teenagers, like, Pink, like, by from Victoria's Secret, like the leggings with pink on the butt and Juicy Couture
Mm.
leggings and stuff, like that was
Don't even get me
already
started on
happening.
those.
So we were already doing that. So we were already like scaling it back with like the little Birkenstock clogs. We were throwing on our little pink leggings and like a workout top with a hoodie. And that was like a cute outfit. So we were already doing it, but I think it just got progressively worse as the years went by. And then we just plummeted when COVID like lockdown happened because then you
Yeah.
really saw the PJs come out. We went from like athleisure wear to the grocery store to straight pajamas. Like you were lucky if you saw shoes, you were lucky if you saw clean socks, like peeking through the Crocs, like sweatpants with stains on it. Like I just feel like it was like we just all the F's went out the door. Like we
Yeah.
just did not care.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever worn pajamas in public.
No. I think the only time I did was when I had my tonsils taken out. Like,
Mm,
I went in
mhm.
my PJs then, but they were, like, nice PJs. It was, like, a matching set, like and it was, like,
Okay.
pants. It wasn't like I just
Yeah.
rolled up with, like, shorts and a, like, cut off tank top or something. I was like, I
Yeah,
just wanna be, like, ready to go, like
I just went in my leggings because I
yeah,
think leggings are such a like you still look put together. It's like PJs, but like you do look put together,
and people
even
know
though
you got dressed because typically we're not
yeah,
sleeping in our leggings, like, on a normal day,
yeah,
typically not, yeah.
yeah. No, I've never gone out in my PJs before, but I probably would. It's not like I wouldn't, but it would have to be like. By the way, these we really need to like, guys. We need to upgrade. Me and Jackie need to upgrade our headphones. We're always like
Yeah,
adjusting them.
calling us out as millennials, why don't you like
Yeah, look, you like my dinosaur?
very cute,
My
rawr.
dinosaur. Very quality headphones.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, I don't know what I was saying, but yeah, I just don't I'm not a fan of this big shift in it's okay. We can stay in the middle, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
here for the middle, but we're just it's a little too much. And we were talking about how like when we got a job when we were younger, like, or even now, you can probably determine a millennial or like a Gen Xer from a
Mhm.
Gen Z. Not even like you wouldn't even have to show the face. You could just go like this
Just
because
show what they're wearing. Yeah, just cut it off and just show their
yeah,
outfit, like
we are showing up in business attire for an interview
at Hollister, at Bath& and
at
Body Works, at
at
Kroger,
Publix,
yeah,
at
at
Publix.
Blockbuster, like
Yeah, like we are showing up in a suit and tie, slacks and a blouse. Like that's what we're showing up as. Whereas Gen Z, I feel like they're probably showing up in like maybe their fancy is like a bodysuit and jeans.
yes. And then we're
No.
probably seeing some, like, little Birkenstock clogs or something,
Gosh,
like
I think as I might not even have Gen Z employees, like because my standards would be so high in hiring. Like if they showed up not in nice attire, next.
next,
If they
yeah.
didn't show up with like their little folder with their resume,
Aw,
next.
yeah. No,
If
that's so true.
if
We did do that. We did have a
yes.
literal piece of paper in our hand where it's like,
Yes.
"I got good grades in high school, and I worked at an ice cream shop for 6 months," and it was just like, "Wow, look at this responsibility. I love that you got dressed in business casual and this beautiful little resume here. You're hired.
Yep. Yep.
Congratulations on your $7.50 an hour job." Like
If you didn't submit a resume, whether it was online or not, and you didn't come in person to check on it, you're out.
oh, yeah, that
Like,
was a thing too, because everything was in
of
person. You
course.
had to fill out an application right in front of them.
No,
You
even when you did it
came for an
online,
interview yeah, but you came, everything was,
you
like, in person.
yeah.
Like, so they saw you, and you already got to make, like, that first impression. You didn't wanna look like you just rolled out of bed, because then you knew
No.
you weren't gonna get hired, like
No. And you like if I applied for a position right now, say I applied at Sephora, right? I don't know. Sephora, you know, down the street.
yeah.
And I would go there and be like, I submitted my application 2 weeks ago. I just want to make sure you got it and be able to like, can I meet the manager or talk with them? Like that right there means you want it. Like
Yes.
you want it, you're professional. Like if I'm a boss and somebody doesn't do that, next, like I would have so many
Yeah.
like
Like, your
if
application's gotten buried and then got thrown in the trash, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
if you have
Like
AirPods in,
oh
next.
my gosh, yeah, or they,
Like
like, pull
I
out their phone in the middle of talking to you or
yeah, no.
something, like, mm-mm.
No. I've seen that too. I've seen like people like the other day actually, I was at a store and I saw somebody like coming in, they were talking to the manager to have like an interview and she had AirPods in her ear. And I was like, oh no. Oh no.
No,
I don't
gosh.
know. I just Maybe do we have too high standards? No, right?
No, I think it's because that's what we're used to, right? Like, that's how
No, but
we
I
did
think it's
job interviews.
professional.
I think so too, so I'm just
Like, it
shocked
shows you
that they're
want it.
yeah, and that's the thing too. So for those of you that are listening, like, don't think that we're, like, trying to, like, I don't know, pick on everybody like, "Oh, we're just, like, being relaxed, like, we just wanna listen to our music on our AirPods," but at the same time, it's like, you're applying for a job, you wanna represent yourself in the best
Mhm,
light, so why would you show that, like, you're distracted or that the job is not your number 1 priority? Because if I see those AirPods, I'm assuming you're doing something else and your focus
mhm.
is not on the job and your focus is elsewhere. So I
Or
just
on me,
think,
the
like
customer.
yeah, even if you're not even listening to something, like, it's best just to go ahead, take those out just for the 15-minute interview, pop them in your pocket, and then if you miss a text or a Snapchat, like, so what? Pop them back in and you'll get back right into your life. So for me, I'm just
Mhm.
like, I can't imagine anything is so important in your life that you need to be, like, constantly, like, plugged into a device for a
Yep.
job interview. Like, no
No.
way. Or even at work,
I
like
friends, family, and my husband most importantly, when he could be looking at the TV or his phone, he could just be looking at the wall. If he is not looking at me while I'm talking, in my mind, you're not listening to me. Like, you are not listening to me. And
mhm.
so, like you said, I can have AirPods in and you're like, "Oh, nothing's playing in them." But in my mind, I'm like, "This person's not listening to me."
No, and it just comes across as rude, right? Because we instantly see it,
Yeah.
right? Like, so it's not even like, it's not until you tell us, like, "Oh, nothing's coming through, like, I'm not listening to anything, like, keep talking," but it's like, "Oh, like, that's kinda rude." Like, I don't like, your attention's not on me, like, your focus is not on me, and it's just normal respect. So I get what you're
Yep.
saying where it's like, even with your husband, you're just like, "Bro," like, I'm the same way. I'm like, "Okay, well, you're clearly not talking to me. Your focus isn't on me." Like, it's just normal respect. That's it. Like,
Yep.
nothing wild. This isn't a new concept, folks. Like
Yeah, I just am not a fan.
yep.
I'm not a fan. I just it's like you said, like I can still know you are listening to me. You tell me that and you're not listening to anything, but still in my mind, my brain is telling me you are not listening to
Yeah,
me.
because you can see it, so I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't like it. I don't like it. Like
No.
when people text while they're talking to you
Oh,
and they're like this and they're like, I'm listening. And I understand if it's something quick, say
yeah,
like we're having a 30-minute conversation and for 30 seconds I do that because I'm like responding to my husband because
of
he's
course.
on his way home or something super simple. If it's like a quick thing, not a problem.
Yeah.
But I have friends that you'll have a conversation and they will text like I feel like constantly throughout the conversation. And you're like, in my mind, I'm just like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you're not listening to me. Like, there's no way you can be listening. Or they're like, I hate when they're texting. They're like, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. And you know it's just like they're not even listening. I
No.
just can't.
No, I actually love what you do though, and I think that, like, I hope it sticks, like, that your kids see it as well, where you don't even, like, pull your phone out or sometimes you don't even take it with you. So, like, if you're going someplace, you'll be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
leave the phone in the car." Like, I
Yeah,
won't
I
need it
always
because
do
I'm
that.
hanging out with people, like so you're, like, intentional with that. So I hope your kids pick up on that as well and, like, steal that.
Mm.
And I like it too, like, I think I try to do it with, like, no devices, like, during meal times and stuff. Like,
Oh,
obviously,
yeah.
like, I am a millennial, so I'm gonna wanna take, like, a boomerang of our cute cocktails, but otherwise, like, I want to, like, put my phone away. Like, if I don't need it
Yeah,
out, like,
me
if
and
I'm
you
not
never,
like, if I'm
like,
waiting for
are
the
on our phone.
babysitter yeah, like, if she's texting me because like, something's going on with the kids, like, maybe I'll see it on my watch or something. If it needs urgent attention, I'll try to pay attention to it, but otherwise, I'm like, I don't really want that to be the focus. Like, so I love seeing, like, the videos where people are like, "Oh, we all stack our phones up on the table,
Mhm.
so no one's allowed to touch their phones." And
Yeah.
I'm like, "That's crazy that that's, like we have to be intentional with that." Like, we should already be doing that. So I hope that we
Yeah.
can kinda keep up with that so that our kids also pick up on that habit because I think that would be really cool for them to, like, not be a rude generation as well. Like, so they're
I
not like
hope
with
so.
their
That's my
AirPods where I'm like,
goal.
"Are you talking to me?" And they're like, "No, I'm talking to so and so." And I'm just like, "Ugh." Like,
I know that's my goal because I can't. It's there's a lot of things that drive me nuts, but because this podcast is just like hating, we're hating on you. But no, it's all generations because I've seen even older generations
oh,
do
for
it.
sure, yeah.
Sorry, I'm fixing my cord,
Because 'Cause we're millennials.
but
Like
I know, but all generations, like you go out to dinner and you just see people on their phone, and I can't stand that. Like you said, I am very intentional. I leave most of the time, like if I'm with my husband, my phone does not come out with me.
yes,
It
yep,
remains at home. I like if somebody needs an emergency, they can contact you or something, but
mhm,
I'm not taking my phone. Like I
yeah,
don't take it. And whoever's watching the kids, I say, "Hey, text Alvaro. I'm
mhm.
not going to have my
Yeah,
phone."
you don't but
So
we don't
I
need
leave it.
5 devices, like,
No.
sitting on the table, yeah.
And like me and Jackie, when we go out to dinner or we do something, we just chat with each other. Like probably our husbands could be calling us and maybe we don't even know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like
I don't know.
because if my kids are in the care of somebody that I fully trust, I am not worried about like if there's an emergency, they are going to handle it. Like I'm not saying I'm not going to answer it, but like in the emergency, it'll still take me time to get home and all that stuff. So I'm not going to be checking my phone every 5 seconds. Like, no, sorry, you can handle it. Or if you can't find something, then you can wait. Like, I'll maybe check it like once every 45 minutes.
Yeah, of course.
But
Yeah.
I'm just like, I like to be present. I think because it's like really important to me. It's like a characteristic that I like that people are present. So it's like I try to make sure that I'm present for other people.
Mhm. No,
So
for
I
sure,
don't
and
know.
as a friend, I've been receptive of that because 'cause I've noticed that in you too. So I just, like
Thanks.
I maybe it's also too because so many other people don't do that. So it almost makes it like, "Oh, Heather's phone's not out. How weird." That's so bizarre because
Yeah, my
everyone else has
phone.
their phone out. Like
Yeah, if I'm with Jackie in person, like, I don't know where my phone is probably.
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I
yeah, because 'cause
just
we're really if you guys ever scroll through our phones, you'd be like, "They're not best friends. They have no pictures of each other."
yeah, for real. This is becoming a big problem that we have a podcast together and we do social media together because we're trying to make like, oh, we can make really cute best friend reel or TikTok. And there's no videos or
We have
pictures
no
of
content
us.
of each other or of us together. I have pictures of your kids
Uh,
because I feel like kids are cute, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like, look at you, let me take a picture." But, like, of us, like, we are just always present and in the moment and just, like, living our best life.
We are true best friends, and I've seen this before. True best friends, like, don't really have that many pictures together.
No, because we
I
don't have
feel
time
like
for that,
well, and
like
I feel like there's no we don't feel the need that we need to, like, display our friendship. We don't feel like when like we've said before, like, when we are with each other, we're present with each other, and so, like, between those 2 things, like, we don't feel the need to be, like, show everyone we're together and that we're present. I just think it leads to not taking pictures.
no, naturally, I 100% agree because I think back on, like, every time we've ever been together to do anything, and it's always like, oh, like, just living our lives all day long, and then all of a sudden it's like, "Wait, let's take a picture because we have none." Like,
Yeah,
"Hold on, hurry up." Like
we've been together 1 whole month during summer, and I think we have 2 pictures
we
together.
do, literally only 2. The one
2.
on the cruise because our kids took it, and
Yeah,
then we have one that we forced your hubby to take because we
yeah.
literally I was like, "Wait, I'm literally leaving tomorrow," and we have 0 pictures.
And guess what? Neither of them do I like.
No, they're not our best. They're not our best work. Like
So, guys, next time we almost just need to just do, like, a mini photo shoot so we can just cover ourselves for a whole year.
no, we will. It's, we put it on our checklist of things to do.
Yeah. But, well, that's all I have to
No.
say. It was a lot of
After
complaining,
it
but
was a I know everyone's like, "Wow, I'm never listening to their podcast ever again." No,
I
we
just
like, every generation has their pros and cons, and like Heather had mentioned earlier too, like, this isn't just an attack on Gen Z, it's
mm-mm.
everyone. We're all getting, like, really, like, laid back, and there are the benefits, right? Like, we're a little bit more relaxed when
Yeah.
it comes to stuff, like, having pimple patches on our face, I guess that's cool because I never would been caught with a
But
sticker
do
on
the
my face
clear
when I was
ones. Do
16.
the clear ones.
Yeah, because I just don't like, let us know. Maybe put it in the comments and let us know, like, why the stars versus the clear? Like, what am I missing? Am I just old and I don't understand the aesthetic of having like a literal blue sticker on my face compared to a clear circle? Like, I don't know. I just think it draws more attention. And I think I'm in the
Yes.
era of like conceal, hide, don't reveal. Like,
I agree. I agree.
I
I
don't know.
think, like she said, there's always pros and cons, but let's do better as a society. Like, let's
Yeah,
be more present. Put the phones down. Like, my husband will probably tell you, "Oh, I'm addicted to my phone and social media." He would love to say that, but I really
it's
don't
not
think
true.
I am
No, you're not.
because I have no problem when I go on vacation. I won't even go on social media.
Yeah.
I don't post anything on social media. When I leave, and like I said, when I'm with my husband, I leave my phone at home. Do I scroll? Yeah, definitely. But I wouldn't say I'm addicted to social
No,
media
not
or
at
like
all.
my phone in general. I really like leave it. But anyways, we could all do better. Just do better. Let's be nice human beings. Let's go back to being like personable, like chatting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm here for it. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. So that's our PSA. But thank you for joining us.
It's always so fun chatting with our friends. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and you can find us on all major platforms. Go check out our TikTok. Go follow us
Yes.
on TikTok and see what we're doing over there. We have lots of laughs and some good stuff over there. We'll be quite entertaining for you. So,
Yes.
yeah.
And if you can do us a big, big, big favor, and just after you listen to this episode, please like it or rate. If you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, just click the little three dots in the corner and rate the show. It literally takes half a second, like no lie. And if you're on YouTube, like it, please.
Yeah.
And then just you can even put like if you want to be extra, you can put a comment just like, "Hey."
Yeah. It doesn't
Super
have to be
simple.
fancy. Yeah.
Because
We'd
that
appreciate
helps
it.
us out a ton, and we
Yeah.
appreciate it because we do see the analytics and we know people are listening.
Yes.
So, we know people are listening, so just please rate us. That would
And
be
for those of
nice.
you who have subscribed, we appreciate you. We love you all. And we hope that you continue to enjoy our episodes
Mhm.
and just, thanks for joining us on this ride as we navigate. Just as like a new podcast, there's always the ups and downs and everything. So we appreciate you like sticking around and like hanging
Yeah,
with
which
us.
we're already this is 16? That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. This is episode 16. Look at us.
Woo
Wow.
woo. It's honestly flown by. But thank you again for joining, and we will chat next week.
Bye.
Bye.